Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. Good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. First and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Al Woods able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. On second down, here's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Richardson. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Paul Richardson, 62 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. On the return, it's Josh Ferguson. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bannon in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long. It's Locke. And he's got Moncrief. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Hey. On second down, here's Locke. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. A shotgun snap for Luck. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Luck connecting with Moncrief for the Indianapolis first. Now the former Seahawk. This is Robert Turbin. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Wilson snags it left side. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
The intended target, Doug Baldwin. That'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. They go play action now. Wilson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Now the Indianapolis Colts finished 3-13 in 2017 as their offense comes back out onto the field. Yeah, you mentioned earlier the offensive line maybe needing some help. Look at all the times that Jacoby Brissett was sacked. I think he said it 52 times. They need maybe some more assistance, though, than just the O-line.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The defense was 30th overall. So you've got to find some guys who can stop a few people as well. And one GM in the league has told me consistently over time, Davis, it's always going to be a big man's game. They need some big people to fill those roles and start to help this team out.
You mean literally big people?
I'm talking big people, offensive, defensive linemen, to help them transform. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. In motion, the tight end. Play clock winding down. Here's Luck. And he's got Rodgers. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly. And
a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6. Now it's Luck. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They snap it to Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Locke picked off by his former Stanford teammate, Richard Sherman. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt, all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down, Wilson dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Buying time to his left. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flushed out right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Paul Richardson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Oh, it's a fake. He rifles one that's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
All the way back to Kurt Warner in, 1999? Where he won the double.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Margus Hunt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They go play action with Wilson. And he's got Lockett. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Margus Hunt in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now it's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Stop short. Down at the 1. And a broken tackle. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. Third and 1, Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's going to score. It's and they will line up now for the 2-point try. To throw is Wilson. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a...
And now look at him go. The 40. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there, 82 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. They run it with Carson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run with Mack. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing is Luck. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's Wilson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time, decent field position through the pick six, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Throwing is Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Margus Hunt bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Margus Hunt in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Margus Hunt in there yet again. My goodness, making 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. Now Wilson, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Margus Hunt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Margus Hunt in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's John Ryan now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
In motion left goes Moncrief. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Indianapolis. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Paul Richardson, 49 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's Mack on the toss. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he motions the wide receiver. Throwing on 3rd down, Love. And he's got his man Hilton. 30. 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 78 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 60 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he's got room. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
Now a toss play. This is Mack. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. Luck picked off by his former Stanford teammate, Richard Sherman. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. That one goes for 24 yards. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Second down and 4. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
Wilson, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Margus Hunt, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. It's a gain of 20 that time. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down. Great play offensively, defensively. What a disappointment.
And that's why I hurry up and attack right away. You might catch them napping a little bit after that breakdown.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Wilson wants to throw it. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Paul Richardson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. It's caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now Luck says, let's get going as he'll hustle him to the line. Here's Luck now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw is Luck. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Complete. Richardson has it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, 52 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're going to get for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On second down, here's Luck. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One last throw here for Locke. And he's got Moncrief. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet at the 24-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.